Welcome back, fellow travelers. Come along as we explore MSC Seascape.
Well, good morning, folks. Christina asked me to do this. This is the I-95, the main ship highway on a lot of most cruise ships, how the crew gets from front to back. We are on deck 4 of the Seascape on the on MSC, and we are on deck 4. So we are going to do a complete walkthrough of all the decks that mean anything, that have any purpose besides sleeping. So here we are walking through deck 4, as you can see, and that was the medical center. And over here we're at the cruise shop. Oh, the crew can go shopping, gotta love that. And then down here is the I-95 again. Then we're gonna go back upstairs. We're gonna hit deck 5, because there really isn't anything else up here or on deck 4 other than the cruise space and the medical, which if you've been watching our videos, you know I was a visitor to deck 5 about 6 or 8 months ago. But anyway, here we are on deck 5. Deck 5 I can't even begin to pronounce that. I don't even know what that is. Okay, we're going down deck 5. Now it's a bunch of staterooms, but there is a little something going on. So I'm going to get you there. Corner, how exciting. Oh, look at this, people. Here we are, civilization. So this is the bottom. Wait till you see this, folks. This is the bottom on deck 5 of the amazing atrium. Huh? Yeah. So this is where the party begins, when the party's up and going on. Right now, it's not going on. So, moving on. We're heading around our future. There's your future cruise desk, which, you know, if you're going to get your cruises, it's the best time to book one. They give you usually the best offers. And it looks like this is future cruises too. And then over here, you have Seascape reception and customer service. Always the best bet never to go on the first day to customer service, or for that matter, to go anytime during normal business hours. See, if you were to come down here now at 5 o'clock in the morning, there's nobody here. So, there you go. Okay, now, we're going to head back here on deck 5 and see what else there is to see. It is January, so I'm really surprised they still have the Christmas decorations up. But you know, party while you can, right? So Christmas means good times. I think they want to milk it. Is that a bad thing? Probably not. Hey, where I'm heading towards now is the MSC Foundation. Now this, dear people, is an amazing non-for-profit organization that was put together by MSC to really help certain parts of the population catch up with the rest of us. So You can't complain about that. I think that's awesome. There is this amazing glass statue down here. It starts here and it goes all the way up there. But that is pretty cool. Okay, so now we're gonna take these stairs and we are off. These are not the crystal stairs you always hear about. No, these are the basement stairs. Now we are up on what should be deck 6. And what you have in front of you is the Dueling Pianos stage, which they do nightly. And it's really pretty cool. Here, I'm gonna walk up to the stage. Because it's like the seashore, the seascape, seaside, they all have these New York City themes. But it's pretty cool. I mean, check it out. Oh, it's the moon because it's still nighttime. How funny. But there you go, huh? And now we're going to go on stage. People want it's time for us to perform. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. There's the upstairs area. You can see this really cool New York kind of skyline up here in the ceiling. Yeah, not to mention our moon, huh? Because it's still nighttime. Oh, and even though it's January, we got that huge Christmas tree right there in the center. Which, again, you know, are you really going to complain about having extra Christmas spirit? I'm not. So there you go. And we're moving right along. MSC ships have a lot of chrome and a lot of glass and even more mirrors. So you get used to seeing yourself. Unless you don't like yourself that much, you maybe shouldn't go on an MSC cruise. Ha ha ha. This is the Da Vinci chocolate bar. And as you can see right now, this poor Cossack, this chocolate Cossack, has no friends right now because it's empty and this place is closed. What do you think, Miss Liberty? I think she's sleeping. It looks like she's still sleeping. Okay, moving right along. These are all shops down here. As you can see, this is the major shopping vestibule for when you're on board. They have everything you need. Except Pepto-Bismol. If you want Pepto-Bismol, you're screwed. I found that out the hard way. So bring your own Pepto-Bismol because you won't find any on a ship. But now we're heading towards this beautiful hallway. Look at this hallway, all this marble. That's very, very nice. It's making my shoes very, very noisy. And what this piece of artwork is, I really have in the foggies. It looks like a piece of chocolate that you dropped something in and it like splashed up, which I guess is pretty cool. Well, guess where we're heading back to? We are heading back towards the atrium. The hub of the ship. So you know we're back here because we're now one floor higher than we were. How about that? Over here we have the Shine Bar. As you can see, nobody's drinking at 5 a.m. Good for them. And then over here we have these ropes for a line that does not exist for the excursion desk. How exciting is that? And then we mosey on over here. Now, how about this is a nice seating area. Seriously, on a nice day, this is a nice place just to chill with these big floor-to-ceiling windows where you can watch the world go by. Huh? That's not a bad thing. But anyway, moving along, as we do, to figure out what more is this way. What more is this way? What we have here is the Cala Jondel restaurant. Now, this is one of the restaurants that you get designated to when you're on the cruise. They have several main restaurants. They break them up on purpose so that people aren't as congested. So we're going to go upstairs now because that was deck 6, and we're going to hit. Hi everybody! Hi! We're going to hit deck 7. And here we are on deck 7. Now, let's see what we got going on deck 7. Oh, look at this. There's more stuff. We're back towards the atrium. And this, my dear friends, is back towards the atrium. This over here, as you can see by this bunch of bar stools and lighting, is the champagne bar. Not a bad place at all. If you're in the mood for bubbly, they'll get you set up. And here we are cruising along. Over here is the sunglasses store. I think you know as well as I do, there's some serious profit in these watches and sunglasses for them. So all I can say is, if you really, really, really want it, otherwise maybe buyer beware. I do love this statue over here. This bottle of champagne kind of spilling out with glasses and all that. It's pretty wicked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're heading into Lost Wages. The casino. Lost Wages. And this is a good time to film the casino, because unless you're seriously, seriously hardcore, like this lady up here, you're probably still asleep. So it's a good time for me to walk through and show you all of this. I still think it's kind of funny here is January, they got the Christmas tree still up. But again, roll on Christmas spirit. So here is the cage of the casino. And you know what? You're always going to find someone here on these MSC ships cleaning. They're always cleaning. Oh, somebody's went in and lost wages. How about that? We got winners at 4 a.m. How about that? So, this is your typical casino. They got a ton of these. I don't know if it's me, but the slot machines just seem to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. These things are scraping the ceiling now. I don't know what they're going to do next to make them more in your face. And that guy, I don't know what language he's yelling at me, and I got bisons over there. But it is what it is. And now, we can look downstairs and see the piano bar where they do the dueling pianos where we were a minute ago. So, heading on back through deck 7. We are in the elevators again. The elevators. And up front here, although I don't know if we're going to be able to get in there. This is the theater. Okay, good, we can. Now, as far as the theater, I got to tell you folks, there's like 6,000 people on this boat. This theater only holds like 1,000. So do make sure you make show reservations if you want to see a show, simply because they do check and it does fill up, and you do want to arrive at a time where you can get the seat that you want. And even though this place looks big, believe me, it fills up pretty solid. And then people are always scrambling for seats, which never ceases to amaze me. People will come to shows like 15, 20, even 30 minutes late, and they're still trying to find seats. So that's unfortunate. But we are back on our tour, and at this point, we are due to go next to the next level. So we'll say goodbye to the casino here, and we're going to take this set of stairs up to deck 8. Good morning. So here we are on deck 8. Now there's a lot more going on here on deck 8. So this is going to be more intriguing. You have the Aurea Spa, which if you're an Aurea member on the cruise, or a yacht club member, you get to use this for free. You need to make a reservation on sea days, but on port days, you can usually just walk right in. As you can see right now, they are not open. But we can also see next door is the gym. Now, I'm going to tell you about the gym because I know a little bit about that because, well, it's locked. But that's okay. It is about the size. It is about the fourth of a size of a typical Planet Fitness. So keep that in mind if you're going to come and try to work out and when you're going to work out, because there are 6,000 people on this boat and that gym's about the fourth the size of a Planet Fitness. So guess what? It does get pretty crowded. This is the barber shop. I actually had a shave and a haircut here, guys, a couple of cruises ago. Look how cool themed this room is. And it was really, look at those barber chairs. Love that, old school. It was really a wonderful experience. So, if you are a guy and you've never had a straight razor shave, may I recommend that you do it on the ship. How much fun is that? 2 birds, 1 stone. Now, we are on deck 8 again. So once again, you can see down on the dueling pianos and the New York scene over here. And again, they still have the Christmas forum up. There's that beautiful tall glass statue I showed you a minute ago. And there is Miss Liberty over the Liberty Casino bar. How cool is that? Over here is a great evening place to go. I think it's called, well, we'll figure that out in a minute. But they have these old telephones and typewriters, and it's like an old office space, memorabilia kind of place, so it gives you that kind of quaint old feel. Chairs are very comfortable. There's a lot of seating. They have shows every night. So if you want to catch some live entertainment in the evening, this is a really good place to go. They've had all kinds of lounge acts in here, so it's really pretty neat. All right, so moving on. Right across the street, right across the hallway, is the sports bar. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in there this hour, so if I can't, we're going to film it through the glass. But we're going to try. We're going to see if we can't break in here. I don't know what's going to happen. It worked. It worked. Wow. Okay. It's already happening in here. I think it's pretty weird how they put slot machines in the sports bar. But, you know, it's MSC. Now, I will tell you, we got some big college bowl games coming up. So this place is going to be packed later on today and probably a few more days ahead. But if you get here early enough, you can get yourself a seat in front of this big ass TV. How killer is that, huh? I'm serious. And then you walk down here. And I'll tell you one of the things I love. Look at the floor. Look at the floor. It's just like a football grid, man. It's cool. They got these footballs and basketballs and everything else in these table stands. They've got this cute, cool court. And I got to walk you out this way. But what I wanted to show you was all these really cool little seating cubicles to be able to watch your game.
And Houston at number 4. The Chargers now.
And I guess you can play a really quick game of soccer too if you guys are up to it. It should be a high-scoring game because that field is itty bitty. Anyway, now we're heading back out as we're getting some sports replays on football. We're heading back out this way. Now, heading back out this way, we've got Swarovski crystal, which is what you see all the fancy stairs made out of in this place on this ship that you've heard from so many of your fellow cruisers, which are gorgeous, and they're in the main atrium. And maybe you spotted them when we were there already twice, but I did not really point them out because pretty much everybody does. I do like the walls here. Check this out. It's like I don't know what that is. It's like a huge rib thing. I'm loving it though. It's kind of cool. Very pretty ships. If anybody tells you MSC hasn't got beautiful ships, well, they got an issue. So here we are on the excursions desk. They have several of these around the ship so that you can plan your days when important. And this is one of our favorite places. This is the MSC shop. Now, we love the MSC shop because you can get ridiculous bargains. Since MSC actually owns their own shops, owns this ship, doesn't answer to stockholders. For example, these jackets, look at this. It says 2 for 20% off. They're only $35 a piece regularly for a jacket of that quality. Plus you get all those discounts. It's crazy. So over here, oh, there's Diamonds International. Imagine that. So ubiquitous. But this is the port shopping desk. And once again, we had the lobby over here. Now we're 3 stories up. And now you can see those Swarovski crystal stairs from that store we just passed. And over here, directly in front of us, is Hola Tacos. So if you like a Mexican evening meal, it is an additional cost restaurant, but it's not that much. In fact, as far as the additional cost restaurants go, it's the best bargain on the boat because you can get an all-you-can-eat for like, forgive me if I quote this wrong, like $15 a person. So that is pretty killer. And I love this Mexican artwork, you know? I mean, check that out. That's killer. So here we are heading back. And here is the wine cellar. Oh, the wine cellar. And what's cool about the wine cellar, besides the fact that it's got a crap load of wine, is that it has these dispensers which you can pick the glass that you want of the wine that you want and then pick the size that you want and you will pay accordingly. It's a mechanical sommelier. How about that for your French fun word of the day? You don't see really any sommeliers on cruise ships anymore. They used to be pretty prevalent, but now I think it's kind of a foregone era. It's gone the way of the buggy whip. Unfortunately, that's just progress for you. Things change. Here's another little wine bar, if you will. And then we go over here and we've got this really cool green bar. Now this green bar, it's green and theme, it's not the name I don't think. It is next to teppanyaki, which is over here, but it's kind of a pre-cocktails for all the dine-in extra cost meals. So we go over here and we've got the teppanyaki desk. We'll walk in here real quick. And if you're looking for a fun meal, you know, where the crowd and the people and the crew really get engaged, this is going to be a noisy, happy, lively space come this evening. So that one is not included in any package as far as your level of tier. So do keep that in mind. And this is the Iris Gallery. This has become kind of the new crazy fad with cruise ships. I was on Holland America back in November, and now we're on this ship, MSC. But they really have all kind of gravitated towards taking a picture of your Iris with a special camera, and then you can get one with your mate and you can share them together. And that's pretty cool. You know, here's the best part. They will take a picture of your eyes and put them together for you, and you can look at it and see how they turned out and be amazed by that, and there's no cost. So as you can see down here, we got the Kato sushi bar, the teppanyaki we just been through, there's the cocktail bar we saw, the wine cellar we saw, and there's Butcher's Cut and Ocean Cay. So we're gonna go look for Butcher's Cut and Ocean Cay. Butcher's Cut is probably the best dining restaurant here on board. So, and as you can see by this map over here on deck 8 of how you get to everything. So you got your sushi bar, Ocean Cay, the lounge I just showed you, and you got Butcher's Cut, which is all over here. And again, here's a nice cocktail bar as you're, you know, waiting for your dinner time to arrive before you arrive, which is a great way to kind of kick it up beforehand. And then heading over here, as you can see, which is next to the wine cellar. So I apologize for backtracking a little bit. We're still on deck 8. This is your Butcher's Cut. Now I don't know if this is going to be open. It is! Don't you love it about cruise ships? They're so trusting. We've got your Vino and Champagne. And then here we have Butcher's Cut. I'll tell you, the jalapeno corn side dish, if you like spicy food, is to die for. You need to have that. You can't go wrong with any steak cut. And you can see right here, they dry age them. And if you don't know what that means, it's an expensive process. It takes 20 plus days. That gives you a steak with intense flavor. It actually causes shrinkage of the meat too, so they lose a lot of their product. So that's why it's very expensive. But it is delicious. If you're a meat eater and you've never tried a dry aged steak, you should get one. Now don't get one from a bony cow like this, because these bony cows, they don't have any meat, so don't do that. Anyway, heading back out. We're heading now out of Butcher's Cut. Now we're on deck 9, but between deck 9 and deck 16, this is pretty much just all rooms. So we're gonna jump upstairs to deck 16. Okay, we're now on deck 16, as you can see, and this is a very busy deck. So we're gonna go over here at the front of the ship, and we're gonna start out with the yacht club. So what we do is we go over here And you put your key card there, and then we can get in. And this is the main lobby where you have your own concierge desk. And this, beautifully working a ridiculous hour, would help you if you had a problem. And then we proceed back on deck 16 to what I lovingly refer to as the Hall of Mirrors. It's a very long hallway. And we are in the top sail lounge in the most forward part of the ship. And these are the snacks they have presented out today. I have personally had that lime panna cotta. It is wicked good. And we are on deck 16. And so now we're gonna head over this way. They have nightly entertainment here and dinner entertainment. Usually a singer or a guitarist or a combo or a pianist. And just while I'm here, let's go over here and let's look at this beautiful island that we happen to be on today. Just a small segue from our tour. So, back to our tour. If you want to go outside and walk around the front, you can do that there. You've got 2 sliding doors to go through. Half the side is smoking, the other half is not. As you can see here, going up these stairs, we got these beautiful Swarovski crystal stairs, when I probably murdered that. And now we're in the 18th floor because, as everybody has told you, there is no 17 on MSC because they don't like that number. The same way we don't like the number 13, and we will be heading now to the middle of the ship. So over here we have the jungle pool, and you can see by the sunshine that they have the roof open. It is a beautiful day on Ocean Cay. If I had to guess, it's close to 85 degrees in the sunshine. So it can get pretty hot pretty fast. So you've got your pool tables up here and shuffleboard, of all things. You've got this lush green phony junglage. Oh, and we're heading back to the Hall of Games. How exciting. And we have a beautiful view while we get there. Way off there in the distance, you can see those buildings in the corner of the island. That is the Ocean House in the yacht club area. You have to ride a shuttle out there. You pick up the shuttles down there at that little kiosk, and then they take you down there. So, you have your 4D cinema, whatever that means, I don't know. You have your Formula One race car that everybody talks about. And motorcycles, VR motorcycles. That's gotta be kind of wicked. I might have to try that. And then you have the carnival games, if you will. I think this one's kind of funny. Willie Crash. You gotta launch a guy out of a cannon. That's crazy. Anyway. Heading on through the rest of the club. can't forget this. This people, is the indoor water park. Check this crazy place out. I will tell you, Christine and I personally tested the water slides, and I know it might be a bit noisy. I'm getting beyond the water here. But these big slides, the big brown one in front of us, this is by far the best one. And you know that it's the right one if you got to use the tube. See the tubes over there? And you can ride with your partner, your mate. They have double tubes. This by far over here is the best one, because this last drop you're seeing right here, I mean, it's a really quick drop, and it'll make you yelp. So now we're heading back further, and you can see over here this island. They made that island by dredging up seafloor to make room to be able to park the MSC America when it comes in April. There's one of the dredging ships. But yeah, that's a man-made island. Those few little cute islands out there are pretty neat. I like the one that's got a couple of trees on it. We should name that island. Maybe we should go over there and claim it for America. Probably the Bahamas wouldn't like that. Anyway, now we're heading back to the main pool area. The hub of sun worshippers. You've got hot tub over there, matching hot tub over here. You have this exquisite pool. You have this stage here in the center when they do white parties and sail away parties, and this big TV screen. They do movies at night, movies under the stars. That's always a fun thing you never do at home unless you go to a drive-through, right? You've got these showers here, and the pool is kind of weird how it goes all the way around this island. Kind of nifty. And then you turn back this way, and you've got that water slide I was telling you about that's so much fun. That one I'm focusing now, that's the one you want to do. You got to climb like 6 flights of stairs to get up there in that smokestack to ride it, so woo! You got to earn it. And up there you can't see it, it's covered by a cover, but that's the Robotron, that robotic mechanical arm that shakes you like you are a human martini. So now we have to finish with this deck, and we have to proceed to the next level.
Hey y'all, it's Chrissy here. Hope you're enjoying this wonderful tour that Steven's giving y'all. We've really enjoyed MSC Seascape and look forward to introducing you to all of her glory. But don't forget to be able to see all of Cruis'n with Chrissy's Futures travels. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button.
Apologize if there's a little bit of wind noise. It is a tad bit windy out here. That hot tub does look inviting though, doesn't it? You have a H2O bar back here. And you can see where that water slide all of a sudden drops through the floor. That's where it gets exciting. You also have disco lights in there and music. It's a trip. I'm a 59-year-old guy, and I climbed those 6 flights of stairs many a time. So this one I have not done. Chrissy has. She says it's a lot more mellow and slower. So if you're into that, this is your jam. If not, then no, it's not. Then over here, we have another take on the water park. Chrissy and I did the rope bridges up there beginning of the trip, and they're fun. I think everybody should do them once. If nothing else, it'll take you back, and then you can escort people. How about that? Anyway, continuing on our walkthrough. You do have to sign a waiver, which is no big deal. It's just a sheet of paperwork promising MSC you won't sue their pants off if you hurt yourself in this water heaven. We are now heading back about the middle of the ship. You look at the ocean, it's just, I never get over how aqua and blue, azul it is in its many different layers. But we're now heading towards the Oria area, which is a private area for guests of Oria class. It's top 19. So you have key card entry, so I have to get us in, and then we're in. And I will tell you, you've got hot tubs right here, you've got tons of seating up here, and the wild thing is, I have never seen this area crowded. The cabanas over there, they're on a first comes first served basis, and if you are in Yacht Club, FYI, you're also welcome to use this Oria space, and those cabanas are on a first come first served basis. And over here you have another bar that just services this Oria area, and honestly, that's got to be one of the easier gigs on this boat for these poor people, because I never see them busy. Anyway, we're heading upstairs. Well, actually, we're continuing forward, but there really isn't anything else forward except for more rooms. So, as you can see, it's just rooms. What we have here is the jungle room. It's kind of, well, it's a pool. The other large pool on the ship, besides the one on the back, that is inside with a retractable roof. As you can see today, it's open because it's a beautiful day. When it closes, it gets a bit chlorine, a chlorine smell, and it gets a bit hot and humid. So, and I think it gets a bit noisy when that roof is closed, especially at night when they're cranking the music. But you've got two hot tubs here. You've got a pool. Every pool always has a lifeguard on duty. And then we're heading back, and normally they have a bar here, but it seems closed right now for all the guests here at the Jungle Beach Bar. And they have usually gelato in here, but maybe not today because we're in port. And then, woo, I picked the wrong door. Then we walk back and we are in the buffet. And as you can see, we're still in Ocean K over here. And now we're heading back towards the back. And you guys can see the layout of the buffet. You got your beverage stations over here, and we're heading towards the back of the boat. And as you see in front of you, one of the things that I think is really cute about MSC is they have this kids corner part of the buffet, and it's supposed to be just for them. And if you notice, the counter is kid height. And how cool is that? So they got all kinds of yummy stuff. Look at these treats just for the baby bears. And that's pretty awesome. So heading on, this is a huge buffet. Oh my God, it goes back and back and back. It's like never ending. But we will get to the back. Over here, as you can see, you've got more beverage area. You've got your bar here with more beverages. Up here you have probably the most famous part of any MSC cruise. You have the pizza, which it is marvelous pizza, and many claim, and I would not deny, it's the best pizza on the sea. So, now we're heading back toward the back one more time, because this is a massive buffet. You've got all kinds of awesome looking treats over here. Oh my goodness. And sorry to say, these herbs on the wall, they ain't real. But I do like the scale. That's kind of weird, huh? All right. So I like this sign: cereal, yogurt, jam. All right. Anyway. We are going to be outside in a minute because this is coming to an end. Now, just so you know, a little pro tip. Even though it gets very, very crowded in the buffet here, if you fill your plate up and come to the very, very back, and as you've seen, it's a bit of a walk. But these tables back here, which are outside, which is an amazing place to eat, they are rarely ever all taken. Rarely. So keep that in mind for yourselves. And now, we're approaching probably what makes this ship and this particular Seascape, Seashore, Sea Line class of ships so unique. And in my humble opinion, it's probably the neatest part, or the best looking back end of any ship at sea, is this bridge of size. And there's a table there in the way, and I apologize. But, oh, and there's one of the dredgers they're making room for with the MSC America. But this is beautiful, stunning, and a bit spooky, all at the same time. How cute was that, huh? All right, and that's all been dredged up right there from where they're trying to make enough sea depth to put the MSC America in when it comes in April. They created an island from that. This is an amazing bar to come and sit on these little stools and come get an amazing view of where you've been. And one of my favorite parts is just watching the screws turn and the froth in the back of the boat as you push through the Caribbean and take all that in. Now, we don't have that going on right now because we're at anchor. That's okay, because it's a beautiful day. So there is nothing else on 19 to see other than stateroom doors. How boring is that? So now we're going up these beautiful yet non-Swarovski, that's hard to say, crystal stairs. And we're coming up to the 20th deck, where they have this very interesting alien. I think we should name him Fred. Where are you at?
I'm on
MSC. I'm here to help. Do you know where you're at? Do you need help, young lady?
Ice cream buzz. Start over.
Somebody has an ice cream buzz on the MSC Seascape.
We're at Ocean Cay,
We're at Ocean Cay and we're weird. We stayed on board.
and we're getting ice cream.
The struggle is real. So, here we are on deck 20 still. And as you can see, this is the highest deck. Great panoramic view back here. We're on the back of the yacht club where it butts into the rest of the ship as far as the 19th floor. And you can see the hot tubs back there. There's 2 on each side. A lot of hot tubs on this boat, which is great. 2 more over there. I don't know how hot they are. I haven't been in all of them. Sometimes they're just warm. You know how that goes if you've been on a cruise. They don't call them hot tubs. They call them jacuzzis or whirlpools. They don't promise you it's going to be hot. But if you're like me, you need that when your bones are old. So, you got all this seating out here we just passed. Plus heading back here, you have these nice cushion loungers. A lot of fish artwork. Kind of the motif here. The pool is great, but I'm going to warn you. If this pool is indicative of the other pools, it's cold. So, make sure you got some liquid courage in you or your wetsuit. Anyway, we are here at about lunchtime. So as you can see, they have this wonderful spread out for us. So we'll go check that out real quick since we're here. You have your salad and your cheeses cut. And there's always a meat carving. And you have all these dishes. They're covered up, but everything from beef style Asian, roast chicken, sauteed vegetables, tilapia, and sweet treats. And of course, the hot sauces. And then you've got your dedicated bar over here. And you've got the same amount of seating that I just walked you through, all the way back on this side. And if you can see back there, you also have a hot tub. So there's one hidden back there for the yacht club as well. Now, heading this way, we are still proceeding on our tour to the front. And this is the smoking area. And you have your cabanas over here. Now again, these are all first come, first serve, except for 2, and they're reserved for people that have the most poshest suite, whatever that is. I don't know. I'm a working guy. And this is a nice area because of all the wind buffers in this corner here. But over here, they have this huge custom built hot tub on the front of the ship on the highest part. And look at all those bubblers. I mean, and you got a big fish. Now, if you're cruising here, they do hide these buttons. You have to look for them. And sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't. Ah, it's working. How about that? So, carrying on with the fish motif, I think that fish at the bottom is that Botox. What do you think? Lip filler. You have this magnificent view. All those shades of azul, blue again. Those miniature islands. They do give you the best views in the yacht club. And a little bit of a secret, and they're hard to find because there aren't many of them, but the best deal in yacht club is the interior room. You get to have all of this for a price of an interior room, and when you add in all the perks, it's the way to go. And while this would be a good place to conclude our tour, I did forget a couple of important places on deck 8. So let's run over there real quick. Here we are in the sushi bar of deck 8, where they have mechanically led food. How about that? Now they're all empty right now because it's not open, so they got them all running around their little tracks, which is kind of cool to watch. If you were ever a kid and had a race car track, you know, talking to the guys there. But they have a unique feature here at this restaurant. You do have a timed all-you-can-eat option, which I think is kind of hilarious because it's like, okay, go. But you know what? If you want to get bang for your buck, you rock that. Here we have a school of fish. Why not, right? Which makes sense because we're approaching the Ocean Cay restaurant, which I should take a minute and go poke in here. I'm so sorry. This is a ship tour. Let's see if I can get in here. Woo! It's very nice. Oh, it's very small, very intimate. Wow, this is it, people. How cool is that? This could be your move for a romantic meal. Oh, we're at the Uptown Lounge. Now the Uptown Lounge, again, we're getting towards the back of the boat, is closed, but they have tons of seating, and I dig the burgundy sofas and chairs. How comfy do they look? And they have trivia and music, live music here, and a bar. It's not open right now, but it is in the evenings. You come back this way, and it looks like it's an employee door, but it's not. Aha! And once again, we're out in the beautiful Caribbean with these statues of these interesting ladies and these beautiful infinity pools, which no one's in because they're all on the island. We've got jet skiers running around. Look at that. That must be a tour. How much fun does that look like? Oh my God. That would be a hoot. They do have all kinds of excursions here on Ocean Cay, and that is definitely one of them. Look how beautiful that water is, people. And we're on the MSC Seascape. And again, I think in all the modern cruise ship construction, this is probably the prettiest butt on a cruise ship. And they have a bar over there. This is an adult only, by the way, pool. So if you want to get away and enjoy, this is the place. Now I will tell you, these are probably the fastest elevators on the boat if you want to get between floors. Very few people come back here. Here's the Bridge of Sighs. To use an elevator, and hence it is by far the quickest way to get from point A to point B. So this is the Infinity Pool Bar, and I apologize, it's a bit windy up here. This gentleman just forced his glass of champagne on me. I don't know, who might resist. Thank you very much. And now we're going to continue our walk around the outside deck on 8. And the neat thing about this ship is they really maximized. I mean, ships don't have a promenade deck anymore where you can walk around, which I personally miss. But this is going to be the next best thing. So, besides this beautiful island over here, you have this wonderful wraparound deck. Now, here we are back on the Infinity Bridge, which is another opportunity to get a little nervous if you have a height phobia. Oh, and they got a steel metal band down there. How cool is that? To welcome people back on board. And you can hear that. Ah, I love metal drums. Nothing says the Caribbean like metal drums. I wish he was playing hot, 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 then it'd be perfect. But when we walk around the other side, we will be in the sun. This is like the world's longest singular hot tub. How cool is that? Look at this thing. It's crazy. It's a rectangular hot tub. Now, we're at the Aurea Spa Access. So if you're in the spa, nice thing is you can sit out in those loungers. I'm sure they're on a first come, first serve too. And enjoy your day. I'll see you in a minute on the other side. So, this is the other side. And as you can see, it's a lot sunnier. And this side is pretty much identical to the other side. There are your super long, weirdo, rectangular hot tubs. Thank you so much for going on this walk around tour with me. I'm now gonna hand this over to my better, fairer half.
We hope you've enjoyed this full ship tour of the beautiful MSC Seascape. Now, if you've never sailed with MSC Cruises, we highly recommend giving them a try. Their ships are absolutely stunning. The entertainment and dining are fantastic, and they offer incredible value for the next cruise vacation. When you're ready to book your next getaway, let Cruis'n with Chrissy Dream Vacations take care of all the details. Happy travels!